if you're making these 3 mistakes, then this is probably why you're not profitable. There's so many crucial topics in this industry that I can go over, but I think these 3 things were the ones that kind of prevented me from being profitable, sooner, when honestly, I had what it took. I had the strategy. I had the risk management. I had literally what everyone preaches on YouTube at this point. I'm sure I sound like a broken record at this point. Psychology. I had it all, but it was a big stage where I really was struggling, and I just couldn't get that light bulb moment that everyone preaches on social media. If it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I remember it was years ago, and I sit here and really reminisce about it, and I think, man, there's so many ways I could have approached it better, and there were so many things that I wish I would have known back then what I know now. So let's go ahead and start this thing off strong. So the very first one is use all of your free resources before you go into the paid tools. It's all based off of your progress. What do I mean by that? So I'm going to show here on the screen the free tools that are out there and break each one down, how to use them. So obviously YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, social media, that's obviously going to be number one. Obviously YouTube, that's where you're going to find so many different courses in there, and it's going to go from A to Z, from I'm talking basics to what is a pip, to what is Forex, to maybe what is futures, to what is market structure, and then the different theories. You got Wyckoff, you got quarters, you got Elliott wave, you got patterns, you got pure price action. There's so many different topics out there that you can really spend so much time and just do your research on there. And like I said, that is one of the best free tools out there. Then you got TikTok, that honestly I used to think it was really dumb back in the day when TikTok first came out. I saw there was a lot of traders that were making quick little clips of just straight to the point. And me, I'm a person that I like to have a background. I like to know what led to that point. And maybe there's a topic before that one I may not have known about, and that would help me understand the topic. Let's say they're going over in that short little clip. But now I look at it as it is so helpful to cut out all the, I guess, bull, or just to cut out the useless information that people just put in their videos. A lot of stuff just to kind of let you sit there and watch a little bit longer, right? So I kind of value that, and Instagram has those shorts, and there is a lot of useful tools on Instagram as well besides the short clips like TikTok and YouTube shorts. I would suggest there's a lot of Instagram accounts out there that they just post like something. For example, I saw somebody was posting the different, in his strategy, what time frame he's looking at based off of which session he's looking at. I think stuff like that is pretty useful, and he had it there as a post. Then you have Baby Pips, the OG, that honestly can get anyone up to speed from, I believe, what is a pip to what is Elliott wave. I think that's pretty good, and it helps you understand price action. And I've always preached that each theory has its own place in the market and what it teaches you. For example, Elliott wave, I think, teaches you basic price action and probably helps you understand the basic cycle of the market. And then you have quarters theory that I feel actually really helps you identify valid key zones right in the market. And then you have Wyckoff that honestly helps you understand liquidity and how the market moves in, let's say, when it goes against supply or demand, whatever it is. So going back to the free tools, you have TradingView and then Excel. If you're an OG in our Discord from, years ago, I released a Excel sheet that literally was used like a journal. Actually, it's more sophisticated now, but that's what it was back in the day. It was a very useful little tool. And, TradingView, I say TradingView just because obviously mark out your charts. And I've had the paid TradingView for years, so don't quote me on it, but I believe TradingView allows you to use the replay tool on the weekends. Now, I believe that's what it is. But then we go over to the paid tools, which TradingView, again, if you want to, then invest a little bit to get that replay mode, then go ahead and do that. If you don't want to waste that money, you want something a little bit more sophisticated, then I would suggest FX Replay. If you're looking for a tool that is going to help you backtest, and obviously you literally cannot cheat yourself when you go to backtest, FX Replay is the one. Then you have Copy Crusher, that honestly, it's an app that me and Sol have been working on for quite a minute, and that is probably, I feel like, is going to be the hub of all tools in the trading industry. It's going to get there. We haven't released it yet. Stay tuned to that, but think of anything from a journal to a trade copier to literally, if you want to know A to Z on a specific kind of trader and what they trade, how they trade, and you're going to have statistics on them. So, okay, their strategy has been tested and it's shown to wage, this much percentage gain on their account. Then that is statistics that you would like to know before you even waste your time, right? And then I have mentorship. I mean, that one, I would say be super strategic on who you choose to be your mentor, because that mentor can be the defining turning point of you spending another year trying to figure out what the hell you got to do and what you need to do, or you just cut out 6 months worth of extra education, extra bouncing around to different strategies. You just cut out extra 6 months. Number 2 would be, don't follow the money, follow simplicity. What do I mean by that? Find a strategy that is so simple and is focused on percentage gains, meaning you're not looking for the first strategy that, let's say, this is going to flip my account, or this is the first strategy that, it's going to make me 10 bands, 10,000 a month. You don't want to look for a strategy immediately just to give you that, because that is the point that I'm making, that those strategies may work here and there, but it's not going to work for you long term, right? So leading on to number 3, liquidity is what moves the market. I understand that the market always follows this exact cycle. Build liquidity, sweep liquidity. Build liquidity, sweep liquidity. Over and over and over again. If you've been paying attention to the charts that I have here, we have literally a sweep, right? Because this is based off of the 5-minute. This structure here, pulled down, swept a previous low, right? On the other side of the market there, it swept it. Beautiful. It swept that big point of liquidity. And then after that is where you find order flow starts to occur. That's what I mean by that. So build liquidity, it swept it. Beautiful. Now it's building liquidity again with these supply and demands here, right? So in this supplies, you can look at all these supplies as these were people that were entering sells, right? They were shorting the market, right? Where the supplies are located, and obviously demand is in control. You're probably asking, how do you even know that? What would indicate to you that that's what's going on? Well, ever since Solo said this one thing to me, which is trade what you see, not what you think. So in this section here where I'm highlighting the supplies, right? If you really pay close attention, where the supply was created, you had a section where the market kept bouncing off of it. It was reacting to it after the supply, obviously was created, right? And after I witnessed that, obviously you want to look for where the supply was obviously swept. And 9 times out of 10, when it gets swept, it generates a demand. And same thing happened over and over and over again. And the biggest thing that I always point out to people is I never take a trade off of the first one. Never. In my strategy, I never do that. That was another thing that just catapulted me, right, into being profitable. I always wait for proof. I always wait for 2 to 3 times for it to happen. And I may enter on the 3rd or 4th time that the setup, lines up, right? So in this case, let's say you risk 1%. In a matter of 17 hours, you're walking away with a 12% gain, I hope this video really helped you out and maybe you had a little bit of an aha moment like how I did 5, 6 years ago, whatever it was. If you still have questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me on Discord. And as always, stay profitable.